The easiest way to access the Unify platform is to go to the website www.entreda.com, and once you get to that website, you basically hit Login to Unify, and that takes you straight to the main login page of the Unify platform. The Unify login page is a multi-role console, and it can be accessed from any device. There's only one set of username and password credentials to remember, and depending on the role of the user, a customized view is presented to the user. So in this particular case, I'm logging in as a business owner, and this is a demo account that's been set up specifically for this particular business owner view. Once you get to the business owner view, you can see all of the different apps that Unify is able to manage in one place. One of the first things that you would do when you get here is to enroll all your firm's devices. That includes mobile devices, tablets, notebook computers, desktops. So you can see all the devices that have already been enrolled here. You'll see a number of X's, which means that these devices aren't actually connected at the moment. But the green tick marks will show you that these two devices, in this case a Mac device and a Windows 7 machine, are in fact connected in real time at the moment. So the easiest way to add devices is to hit Add Devices, and that takes you to the download page, where by hitting Download Unify Applet, the download process begins. A couple of things to note. First of all, the Unify Applet is only a 20 megabyte file. This is in comparison to a Google Chrome app, which is north of 200 megabytes. So it's a fraction of a large application. And once you click it, it basically walks you through an install process, which is really 3 steps. And that allows that device to automatically be enrolled into the Unify platform. As soon as the Unify platform is enrolled, you'll basically be set up with a personalized cybersecurity policy. And that personalized cybersecurity policy has been designed based on our experience working with hundreds and hundreds of financial services firms. And this policy is based on SEC, FINRA, and State Board guidelines, so it's pretty comprehensive. Once we personalize the policy for your firm, you're basically ready to get started on auto-enforcing the policy using the Unify software. The Unify platform has a compliance app built into it that allows us to basically monitor your device for a variety of security-related configuration settings. And this is, again, directly based on SEC FINRA guidelines and what you've been set up in terms of your cybersecurity policy. So the top 5 things, for example, that we look for, and these are very basic, but then you'll notice that we've got escalating levels of monitoring and remediation services. So one of the first few things that we check for is, do you have a screen lock enabled on all your devices? So in this particular case, you can see that it's a fail, but in this case, it's a pass, which means that this machine has actually been set up with a screen lock, and the timeout has been set up for 10 minutes. What's typically recommended is 15 minutes on a screen lock. So if you've set it for 10 minutes, you're still a pass. We'll also detect to see if you've got any peer-to-peer software. So in this particular case, there's a fail, which means that we detected a BitTorrent application as well as a Shariza peer-to-peer software in that machine, which basically rendered it a fail. Now, antivirus. We check to see if you've got a approved antivirus package installed on your device, and the list of antivirus software that are quote-unquote approved is basically a whitelist that we maintain in the system. And if we detect an antivirus that doesn't meet the standards, it would essentially reflect as a fail. And then once the antivirus is detected, we'll also check to see if it's been enabled or disabled, and we'll check to see if it's been set up to automatically update, which would then render it a pass. We also check for whole disk encryption, and if we detect TrueCrypt, which is an open source encryption software that is no longer supported, we actually prompt a warning. We also look to see if the device has ever been connected to a non-secure Wi-Fi network. and that basically renders it a pass or fail. You can see a more detailed report by clicking on Worksheet, and that essentially has a set of auto-generated reports on a per-device basis that basically check for a number of different configuration settings. Now, beyond this report, you also get an extended IT report that basically goes through a number of different things. First off, it goes through a list of things that are good from a cybersecurity standpoint and a list of things that are not so good. The Unify software that's installed on your devices can also detect to see what other devices you have within your network that have been installed with the Unify applet. And devices that are detected that do not have the Unify applet will basically be shown in this table here. And then on a per device basis, we're looking at a number of different things. Things like what operating systems are you running? Are you looking at have you done any remediations relative to your Wi-Fi network, i.e. detected that your device was connected to a non-secure Wi-Fi network, a set of configuration data. We're also able to look at all the different applications that are installed on any given device, and we can actually measure to see what the differences are if any new applications were installed. And that allows us to see if you're deviating from a golden pattern on that device, to detect any abnormalities in terms of malicious applications that could be running on that device. We do the same thing from a process standpoint, which is a number of different Windows processes or Mac processes that are running in real time to see if there's anything abnormal that we detect. You can also access all of this information in real time by going to the unify.entreda.com, by accessing the Unify portal basically. And you would do that by hitting the Analytics button and going straight here, and you can actually see all of this data in real time on a per device basis. Some of the other core things that the Unify platform allows you to do is, if you have a tablet device, for instance, and you're wanting to access a laptop that's connected at work or a desktop, you can actually log on to unify.entreda.com, enter your credentials, and you can go right down here and you can notice that there's actually two devices that show connect on them. So you can, by hitting connect, actually connect to those devices in real time. Once you connect to the device, you're prompted to enter the password to access that particular device. And that basically allows you to log in to that device from the Unify platform without actually being in front of that device. So this feature is very similar to the feature that you might find with a LogMeIn or a TeamViewer type application. However, it's already built into the Unify platform, and all of the sessions are actually logged and they are secure, because we always ensure that the access happens over an encrypted tunnel. So that allows you to stay compliant and to essentially have all of the logs required as part of your cybersecurity policy to demonstrate that you've actually connected to a device remotely, and this is how long you connected to that device for. So one of the things to note here is, first off, you'll see a blue cloud which shows that the Unify applet is actually running on this device. And you'll also notice that there's a pop-up which says your device's OS auto update settings are not in line with recommended settings. What does that mean? Well, first off, remember that the Unify platform is constantly monitoring your device after the software is installed on it, of course. It's monitoring your device for a set of non-compliances relative to your cybersecurity policy. And in this particular case, it's detected that the operating system has not been set up to auto-update. So it prompts you an alert by saying, do you want to go ahead and fix this? By hitting yes, it would actually trigger the remediation of that non-compliance in real time. And if you say no, that's logged, and you'll be prompted for this again in a preset amount of time. One of the other neat features of the Unify platform, one of many, is that it detects to see if you're connecting to a non-secure Wi-Fi network. If your device is for example, at a coffee shop and you're trying to access a non-secure Wi-Fi network, the applet will detect that and prompt an alert very similar to this one and say you are trying to connect to a non-secure Wi-Fi network which is not recommended, and would you like to go ahead and fix this? And if you hit yes, it would actually trigger a VPN session that's built into the app that allows you to connect to the internet safely over an encrypted session, preventing any man-in-the-middle type attacks or any type of spoofing attacks that might occur on that device. One of the other features of the Unify platform is that we're constantly looking at your password policies of all the devices that have been enrolled into the Unify platform. And if we detect that any of the devices violate the password policies that have been set up as part of the Unify platform, an alert gets popped up as well. So in this particular case, you can see that the passwords are set to expire in 14 days. The maximum age is 90 days with a minimum length of 8 characters, and you've got 24 days left to change your password. Another feature that we have as part of the Unify platform is the support or the incident reporting feature, where any employee or any device that's been enrolled in the Unify platform, any user can essentially submit a question related to cybersecurity or any question at all, and all of the questions are actually logged in a common place. That's actually directly from your cybersecurity policy, where any cybersecurity related question should be logged in a common place, and the response to it also be logged, just to make sure that no cybersecurity related incident goes unreported. So that feature is also built into this platform conveniently, which prevents you from needing to go sign up for yet another app to do this. Some of the other features of the Unify platform allow you to basically look at alerts. You can set up alerts for your devices. The Unify platform also has the ability to do a number of other things. So in this particular case, notice that there are a set of features that have been grayed out. So Wi-Fi, for example, firewall, network configuration. These are all services that are available at an elevated level of access, whereby the Unify platform can actually manage your Wi-Fi network, your firewall, or your network configurations, all in a single interface.